Welcome back, guys. You're watching Entrepreneur, and in this video we're going to be going over the daily cryptocurrency updates and news stories for the day. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe and also turn on those post notifications as we put up cryptocurrency videos every single day, Monday through Sunday. So if you guys are interested in that type of content, definitely think about subscribing. For those of you guys who are interested, we do have some resources in the description for you. The top 27 cryptocurrencies of 2018, as well as some of our trading programs and also our consulting hours. So if you guys are interested in any of that, definitely check that out. But let's hop right into the video. So looking at Bitcoin, we are at 8,156. Took a bit of a hit last night along with the rest of the altcoins, as we can see, mostly right across the board, but nothing too bad. Okay, so jumping into the chart, we can see that we are holding a very nice level of support. Okay, I just want to show you guys this right here, right around that 8,000, and actually 8,071 seems to be a level we touched at multiple times. Right around 8,000, as well as we dropped down to 7,800. I think we've seen most of the retracements we'll see until the next push up, but for now, I think we are starting to look good. We're riding along the 180-day SMA, which is a good sign. We saw a bounce upwards off of it. Again, I'll show you guys that, how we've been seeing bounces up off of it. Here is the 25-day EMA actually, and we bounced up off of that multiple times. And then if we jump into, I think it's the 30-minute, you guys can see we bounced off of the 30-minute. Was it actually the 1 hour? I'm not sure, but one of them we bounced off a good amount. So yeah, we are looking good, staying above all of the SMAs. On the 30-minute, it looks like we had most of the bounces, possibly on the 5-minute. Yeah, the 5-minute we had bounces off of the 180-day SMA right here. So we are continuing to look bullish. And again, we're starting to see some support right around that $8,000 level, 8,071, 7,800, kept above that. So what we want to see is a continuation of this, possibly, maybe another touchback to 7,800, allow the SMA to catch up or continue to push up. Right now we're seeing somewhat of bearish indicators from the RSI as well as the MACD, looking to push down a little further possibly, or just even out horizontally as we've been doing. So one of those two things I think will happen until we see another push, at least trying to break that $8,500 point again and push up hopefully towards the $9,000 to $10,000 level. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Where's Bitcoin going in the next few weeks? Again, we do have the decision from the SEC regarding the Bitcoin ETF coming up very soon, so we'll have to be awaiting that, looking to see what happens with that, as it could have a profound effect on what happens with the market, as well as all of the prices associated with each cryptocurrency. So jumping into today's news, guys, I do have some great news stories today. First one, here is why the SEC commissioner is pro Bitcoin ETF. So a good thing we're hearing from this story. So let's jump into it. So Hester M. Pierce actually was the only commissioner of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission who voted against the decision to reject a Bitcoin-based exchange-traded fund proposal by crypto investors Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. She explains her position in a separate statement below. Dissent of Commissioner Hester M. Price to release something. All right, I respectfully dissent from the Commissioner's order disapproving a proposed rule change as amended to list and trade shares of the Winklevoss Bitcoin Trust on BATS BZX Exchange, Inc. As the order notes, in reviewing such a proposed rule change, the Commission considers whether the proposed change is consistent with the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 and the rules and regulations thereunder. Contrary to the Commission's determination, I believe that the proposed rule change satisfies the statutory standard that we should permit BZX to list and trade the Bitcoin based exchange traded product ETP. Accordingly, I would set aside the action the staff took by delegated authority in the matter and approve the proposed rule change. In addition, I am concerned that the Commission's approach undermines investor protection by precluding greater institutionalization of the Bitcoin market. More institutional participation would ameliorate Never heard that word actually. Many of the Commission's concerns with the Bitcoin market that underlie its disapproval order. More generally, the Commission's interpretation and application of the statutory standards sends a strong signal that innovation is unwelcome in our markets, a signal that may have effects far beyond the fate of Bitcoin ETPs. I will discuss each of these issues in turn. So basically, guys, I know that's a lot of institutional talk, but basically what she's saying is she believes it would be not good to turn down innovation, especially in our markets, and she's for it. So the proposed rule change satisfies the requirements of Exchange Action Act Section 6. So the Commission is disapproving BZX's proposed rule change because it finds the proposed rule inconsistent with Section 6. I'm actually not going to read all of this, guys. Why don't you guys just go ahead and check this out if you're interested. But basically, she does not agree with the rest of the SEC saying no, due to the fact that, first off, she believes it does satisfy the requirements of the rule in the actual rule book, or whatever you want to call it. The disapproval order inhibits institutionalization. She believes that institutional money moving into this market would not be a bad thing. So in disapproving the proposed listing, the Commission points to problems in the Bitcoin market that I believe would be mitigated by institutionalizing the market, a phenomenon that Bitcoin ETPs would foster. For example, the order points to the price and disparities across Bitcoin markets. Wow. A lot of big words in here. While I contend that the markets are already better connected by active arbitrageurs than the Commission's order suggests, the establishment of an ETP would invite more price arbitrage and thus better connections among markets. So that's a little blurb of what she says about the institutionalization, and then the disapproval orders dampens innovation, which I think is the big part. Not trying to slow down innovation is what mainly she is trying to get across. So I'll let you guys check this out if you are looking to read the rest of this. But the biggest story I wanted to get into is this. So IBM, Barclays, and Citi team up to launch blockchain app store for banks. I think this is huge, guys. I don't know if, obviously you're seeing this story now, but I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this story today, yesterday, whatever. It looks like it came out today, but this is huge. I think this is really huge. So IBM, Barclays, and Citi. For those of you guys who don't know, these are all huge companies. IBM, if you don't know what IBM is, then I don't know where you've been for the last 20 years. Barclays, credit card company or whatever. Citi, obviously a bank. So some very huge companies here, very large institutions. So they're looking to open up a bank app store, basically. So even private and permission blockchains need to build ecosystems and achieve network effects just like their permissionless public counterparts. At least that's the thinking behind Ledger Connect, a financial blockchain app store that aims to make it easier for banks to access distributed ledger technology solutions from fintech and software providers, and for those vendors in turn to reach bank customers. Announced Monday, Ledger Connect is the offspring of bank-owned currency trading utility CLS and enterprise software giant IBM, and counts major banks Barclays and Citigroup among its founding members. In fact, 9 financial institutions are participating in the proof of concept and have selected services from a number of vendors including Batten Systems, Calypso, Cop Clark, IBM, Phasis, OpenRisk, SynSwap, and Persistent Systems. On Ledger Connect, financial institutions will be able to access DLT-based services in areas such as know your customer processes, sanction screening, collateral management, derivatives, post-trade processing and reconciliation, and market data. So this new hub will address a connectivity gap where upstart fintechs and large tech firms alike are faced with the cost and complexity of spinning up their own distributed networks so banks can consume their various applications, according to Keith Baer, IBM's Vice President for Financial Markets. So, guys, this is something I wanted to touch on, and this will be for sure the thumbnail of the video, because blockchain infrastructure projects will benefit extremely largely from what this is, okay? This is going to connect the customer, which is the bank, with the person with the product, the company with the product, which is all of these blockchain infrastructure projects, which I have stressed to all of you guys, I believe is the best niche in cryptocurrency to invest in. Okay, so like they're saying, blockchain infrastructure projects, it's costly to try to get everything up and running on their own. Allowing this connects the customer with those blockchain infrastructure software providers like Ethereum, EOS, Cardano, Neo, VeChain, so Qtum, all of those projects that we've been talking about on this channel. I stress to you guys, blockchain infrastructure projects are going to be one of the best niches to invest in, and in my opinion is the best niche to invest in. And this is just another reason why really excited to hear this coming out, because I believe a lot of the infrastructure projects that I'm invested in, that I tell you guys about, are going to be working with banks and those type of institutions in the future. And who knows, this application store could expand to other industries in the future. So definitely excited for this. You guys can go ahead and check out the rest of the story because it is pretty long. So go ahead and check this out if you guys are interested. Again, IBM, Barclays, and Citi team up to launch blockchain app store for banks. So very excited for this, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, that's going to be all for this one. Bitcoin at 8135 at the end of this video. So for those of you guys looking to hop in on a trade, maybe wait a little bit. Price could plunge just a little more, not too much of a plunge, but hopefully not at least. But I could see the price dropping a little bit more. We'll have to see though. So keep an eye on Bitcoin. I'm gonna look to pick it up around 7,800 if it does drop to that level. But for all you guys who stayed all the way through, comment down below and let me know, and also give me your thoughts on the two stories that we read today. Two pretty big stories. So hope you guys are excited for the next few weeks, awaiting that SEC decision on the Bitcoin ETF. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow.